Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native. So, did the survival challenge today. Sorry about that. Had it all set and then I messed it up. But I had fun doing that. I gotta say, that was a fun little mini adventure. Um, I know I didn't do it for very long, and it was just a simple dip in, walk out, and make a fire with what I had on me, and using what was around me, and just kind of recovering, warming myself up to a certain point. Uh, didn't seem like much, but it could have gone really bad, and it almost did. But it's just one of those testing myself to make sure I have the skills and to kind of show you an example of a way to recover yourself if you're in that kind of situation. Um, and I wanted to offer people the chance to come up and talk to me about it, ask me questions, see, offer their thoughts, whatever comes up, whatever anybody wants to do. So right now I'm working on my walking stick. It's my chieftain staff. Finally decided to, because I actually finally got the survival challenge done. Doing this as kind of a celebration. And anybody who wants to come up can come up and talk to me about it, ask any questions or hang out, whatever it is. Well, I'm still alive, color drop. Uh, it's not that long of a one. Uh, I walked into the creek and went up to my waist. Uh, ice shelf broke off upstream and came down. There was 3 or 4 pieces, a couple of small ones. Well, I say small, but they were heavy. It current dragged it and crushed my leg a little bit, and then a big chunk was coming down. So I stepped up and out of there because that thing was going to take me out right across the middle. And with how heavy, even just a little, you don't think it's much, but that's 40, 50 pounds of ice slamming into my side, and the other ones were easily 5, 6 times bigger than that. So uh, I did a quick turn and burn out of it and got wafted up to my chest with the current, and I was able to get myself dry pretty fast, and it wasn't that bad. The fire start was easy first time, and then as soon as I said it was a good fire, it died on me. So that was a bad fire. I swear, I just need to stop talking about things as they're happening and just let it happen. I always jinx it.
Owie.
Bless you.
Thank you, but ow. Color drop says on.
I appreciate that. I really want to know what people think. I might end up doing that again if I have the right day. Uh, I can't do it where it's been too warm for too long because the creek could blow on me, and we've seen it when it bursts through and there's finally an open passage.
It's a
It
rager.
it's a raging river on top of the ice, and it can happen out of nowhere. I was actually worried a couple of times. I heard it pop, and I was like, "Oh, don't blow, don't blow." Uh, it got a little anxious for me there for a little bit, but I might end up doing it again because the camera angle. You couldn't really see me going in, but if you it's about a minute or so after I walk away, you see me standing at the edge of it, and I'm kind of I have a moment where I don't want to go in. My body tells me not to, and I actually have to force myself past that point. And hi, Mrs. Native, I can hear you.
I know, I saw it.
But
Just letting you finish talking.
when I finally go in, I just kind of walked right in. It's a really weird feeling the pressure of the water around you inside your clothing. I've done it like in the summer, but in the winter it's so weird. There's almost like more weight against your legs, and I bet that's why people panic really hard because it feels really heavy. But I kind of had a reverse panic. I panicked up until doing it, and then as soon as I was in, I instantly calmed down. I was like, okay, so I know what I need to do. And I walked in, was paying attention to what was going around me. I heard the crack, and I turned and I saw it coming down, and I had to step away and get up on top of the rocks. Uh, but I have to say, it was pretty fun, actually. I know that's probably weird to say, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I like adrenaline, and sometimes I forget. So I have something like that happen, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. I always liked to do scary shit when I was growing up, and that I remember why now.
Because of the adrenaline. No.
God, this has such an interesting curve into it. I'm trying to get the right. So the link is pinned right there to the top. Sorry. If anybody wants to come up and hang out and ask me questions.
Or to just come up and
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
they probably couldn't. Color drop on cashapp.
Well, as long as you have decent audio, you can just come up and sit behind your emblem, or I can even just keep myself solo screen, and you can just be the voice coming from the abyss. I'm totally cool with that. It's just a phone call conversation, more or less. I just notice I'm more entertaining if I have somebody to have a conversation with.
I don't count.
You never count.
Hobo.
It's finally speaking to me.
Are you talking about me?
No. The staff.
It's a bit long.
Well, this is a very special one, and I wanted to.
I know. Okay.
Throw shit all over the place.
That's pretty normal, actually.
And also, if you're camera shy, it actually helps to do it on someone else's channel because you're like, well, it's not on your channel, so you don't have to really worry about it that much. That's why I think Victoria likes hanging out with me because she can practice her music because I don't judge. I like that she tries and I like the effort she puts into it. And she actually kind of rips off just some pretty good music going on. And she has a chance to practice and not feel as much pressure because she's not putting it on her channel, so she doesn't have to like, what if people don't like it, and this, that, and the other, and she can just practice being on camera and playing her music. And I think that's why Chris likes it too, because she can come up and talk and practice, talking to the camera.
Probably. That's why I like it sometimes.
Yeah. The Bud Files, how's it going? I had to mess with her earlier. She dropped the code word, but she kind of said the wrong code word. Now it's like, that was close. She goes, you knew what I meant. Hell, bud. Tasha. She retracted it, but it's still up on mine. Y'all can't hide it from me. Not on StreamYard. Hell, bud, is that super dank? It's alright, Tasha. Mine are scarred. They mess up everything. Two of my fingers are actually programmed into her fingerprint reader for her phone. They don't work. No more. They worked for like a week.
If that.
Yeah. And then I occasionally would get lucky with like one spot on my finger, and I burnt it on the stove, and yeah, hasn't hasn't worked since. The bud files. Sometimes I simply can't type. My phone screen is all messed up, so it'll be typing out some stuff, and I don't even mean to, or it'll send something super early. So one thing I don't like about chatting on the live chat is when I'm watching someone's live chat and I'm trying to conversate, I don't have the enter button to like jump down a paragraph when I'm typing. That's it sends. So there's times when I'm going to type and I'm meaning to give myself an extra space to jump down, and automatically sends it. I'm like, oh. So then only half of what I'm trying to say gets sent, and I'm like, now people are gonna think I'm stupid. Hang on, let me get the rest of it out. Awesome. You guys can feel free to drop your links if you guys don't have each other. But you're all mods, so you can just click on the face and do the go to channel. Pleasure. Yeah, I saw that. And then you send. See, the problem with that is when you only send half of what you're trying to say and then you type out the rest and send it again. Sometimes I feel like I'm spamming the chat if I'm like having an in-depth conversation, and I have to send multiple messages back to back, and then I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm spamming this chat. Then I'll sit there for a few minutes and not say nothing. So I think sometimes when people think I jump around, once I find, if there's more than a couple rooms going on, once I find a room that's kind of like catching my interest the most, if I don't want to say that and make anybody feel bad, but like I try to spend as much time as I can in everybody's room. But there'll be multiple times where I'm sitting there for 5-10 minutes not saying nothing, just listening, and then because I'm moving around doing stuff, and then I'll hear something or see something on the chat that I really want to comment on, and I'll say something like, "Oh, hey, he's still here," or "He came back." And I was like, "Yeah, I never went anywhere. I've been hanging out." I'm a terrible judge when it comes to temperature, but the temperature was just above freezing towards the end of it. So right before I went in, it was in the sun. It was probably like what, 38.
Something around there.
The feels like was somewhere around 25.
Yeah.
And I was in the air current, but there was new ice forming in certain spots. It was probably like 25, 26 degrees, some shit like that. And that's Fahrenheit. Not trying to remember where the color trap is. I'm pretty sure that was an Aussie friend, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. Actually, thought they were US.
I can't remember. I have people from all over the place.
Texas for growth in Hawaii. I don't have no cocoa.
Oh, okay. I've never been that far south. Upstate New York my whole life, and went to Washington for 5 years. Washington State.
Intel said Amazon is being annoying. Why now, Aunt Tosh?
Enough of seeing my squinty face.
Stop looking at that phone and look at one of these.
I know.
Mine's right here. Intel said the mic was supposed to be here tomorrow, but no update.
Figured that's what was going on.
I had a guess, yeah.
Thanks, Color Drop. And I left the code word in that one too. Make sure you check for that. Yeah.
It's so minty, it's hurting my throat. not a joke. That was legit.
You know, I wonder if this would have the same effect as like Tiger's Balm or whatever. Dink! Nice dinker, you dink. How's it going? Think you missed my survival challenge earlier. Yeah, we got a pretty good snowstorm coming the next couple of days. And that's probably why she was hoping the mic was coming tomorrow, so that way I think you could hear before the storm.
That'd be nice if I could stand before the storm.
Someday. I know the boys want to see them when they're not grounded.
Why are they grounded?
They were grounded last time.
Mm-hmm.
Because they decided to get into the kitchen. I like hanging out with Tasha in other people's lives when she pops up, because half of them know exactly how to pronounce the first part of her name. People misread it and think it says motherfucker instead of mother trucker and don't want to say it. And then others are like, I don't know how I would pronounce that. I'm just going to say Tasha. Like,
And Tasha says, don't be pounded on, you boys. God, you're so aggressive with it. Levi.
Levi's Aquatics. How's it going? I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow. He's getting the pellets too.
And I work tomorrow night. Like afternoon tonight. James, good. I don't know.
It's James Good.
Are you sure?
Yes. How's it going, bro? Oh.
I bet you that's so loud. For anyone who can hear it, I'm terribly sorry.
At least I'm not wearing my Bluetooth.
Oh.
I don't know why. When I take drinks recently, it's been getting to be to the point where it sounds like I'm gulping.
Disgustingly.
Okay. Dogs have some wicked dreams.
Yes, they do. Recommend.
How's it going, Rocky Mountain Life Prospecting? How you doing, Rob? Did you catch my survival challenge earlier, Rob?
I did. I thought I saw him.
I wasn't sure. Oh, yeah, he said he was listening. That's right. He was on the road. Did you get a chance to go back and watch that?
Right, no. It's a long
Alrighty, Rocky. It's rough. We're getting snow soon, too. Next couple of days. Damn, I am just no good with these chisels.
You do better with your knife.
No, no.
Hmm?
I'm terrible with the chisels.
Testing.
How detailed are we talking? Because I can do that. It's actually sort of what I'm doing with this. It's I'm kind of carving it into being a curved kind of snake thing. I'm not going to go too detailed with it. I like simple things, but this is my personal one. Um, I have a cane that I'm working on that is kind of that's going to be two snakes wrapped together for the cane. So I could do it. It's just a question of how detailed you want it. And thanks for joining in, Dusty Dave. Huh. And I figured I had a feeling he was talking about the rod of Persepolis. Medical symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find a good one.
Clayton.
It hasn't come through on this one yet.
It says yo.
There he is, Clayton. Something like that. Dusty Dave? Would that work?
A modern pound.
Yeah, he always does that.
Yes, my profession using the caduceus.
Yeah, Caduceus.
But I prefer the. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to say that.
The Aceplius. Alrighty, I could probably do that. Man, the prices on some of these though. Crumb Snatcher. And haven't really made enough funds to get the Jeep going yet. But we're working with what we got. So Jesus. 200, 300, 2,000, 1,100, 600, 400. Jeez. 150. That's like the cheapest. Yeah.
Good night, Aunt Tasha.
Night, Tasha.
Oh wait, show her my picture.
Oh, don't go anywhere.
Aunt Tasha, don't leave yet.
She painted this earlier today. Let him go, Clayton. Survival of the fittest. And the thumbnail is half a joke. I mean, if I wasn't paying attention, yeah, I really would have been screwed over. An ice shelf was coming downstream just after I went in, and a couple of chunks pinned my leg for a minute, and it actually kind of really messed up my knee a little bit. But a larger chunk was coming down, and it was going to catch me right across the middle and take me down into the creek. And I had just stepped up and out of the creek to get out of the way. I play things off a little lighter than they actually are, mainly because I don't want the wife to kill me. But so I didn't say anything really when I was on video because I didn't want her to get upset.
More than I already was.
Yeah, she was already really upset because I took too long coming back to the camera, and you couldn't really see me, not on a little phone.
Just
I will drop my email. Now, I don't have any examples of anything intricate, like any detailed carvings like that yet, because I haven't done any of that yet, at least not recently. I used to have a huge collection of pieces that I carved, but through the many a times that I've lost all of my possessions, it's one of the times that was lost. So I've only got into carving again, and I'm building up my collection and my skill sets, and just kind of playing around as I'm going. Yeah. And my video is already up of the challenge. It was the live before this one. And yeah, Rocky Mountain, this creek is actually pretty dangerous. The way the ice shelves form, I'm sure you know about the back pressure and the blowouts that happen when there's too much buildup behind it. Alrighty, Dave. It's also, you can go on my messenger on Facebook. You can go to my Facebook group of the same name as my channel, and you can find me. I'm the only moderator there. It's pretty obvious who I am. And you can send me a friend request on a message if that would be faster. It's a faster way for me to respond. I'll get that pretty instantly. Sometimes there's a delay, but I don't always get to my email all that regularly. How'd that happen, Crumb Snatcher? I still want to make a birch bow. I know it's not the best wood, but it would be nice. And yeah, Crumb Snatcher, the homeless part.
Sorry. Can't help it.
Neither can I. Man, imagine what I could do with a Dremel.
Crumb Snatcher.
Huh?
Steve Carlson.
Yeah, I saw that. It's messed up, Crumb Snatcher. I'm sorry, bro. But I mean, you gotta stick up for mom. That's definitely don't blame you there. And Steve Carlson, I was it's half a joke, but I did almost get taken out by an ice shelf coming down the creek. It was probably easily a couple 100 pounds. That thing was gonna slam me pretty hard and was gonna take me farther down the creek than I wanted to because it got pretty deep downstream from where I was. Uh, but all in all, I actually had fun. Be sending positive thoughts and vibes to you, Crumb Snatcher. I've been there. Still trying to get up on my feet, but it's a slow process. I understand, Chris. It's priorities come first. Definitely got to take care of you and yours. So, Steve said, if going hungry, starving, how and what skill, I'm assuming is what he meant, would you use to kill something to eat? Oh, it all depends on where I am. If I was really starving and hungry like that, and I was next to the creek, the river, the lake, well, either I would make some fishing line if I didn't have some on me, make a fishing hook, and get some food that way. Or use a spear and go frog gigging, have some frogs. Or if I was in the woods, I would probably have some squirrels, chipmunks, or rats around. So I'd find a fruiting tree that had another tree leaned up against it, because they'll take the path of least resistance, and instead of having to climb up vertically, they will take that ramp. So you just set up a little snare with the twine that I carry with me and make a little noose, catch me some rodents. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I make a mean swamp rat stew. Can't ever get his accent just right.
No. That is cute.
I used to, though. I used to be able to do his accent almost perfect. Alrighty, Chris. And of course, if it's really that much of a dire situation, not the outer bark, but the inner bark before the white wood, this orange stuff. Can't think of the name at the moment. It has its own name. Oh, terrible with remembering the names like that. But the inner bark of most trees is edible. So if I was really that hard up, no animals, no nothing for me to be my predatory carnivore self, I would just chew on some bark.
I should just go on video challenge.
I saw that. It's a little hard for me to understand some of what you're trying to say there, Steve. Have eat raccoon or coyote animal, try and cook the meat.
That's like
I don't know if that's just poor translation or you're just missing certain parts of the sentence when you're typing. I've personally never eaten raccoon or coyote. Never really been to the point where I would need to. Always had abundance of other things.
food to eat.
Still wasn't that helpful.
Okay. Could you set this in front of the like propped up in front of that light?
It's tricky.
I think it'll look cool under the light. It is course. Don't chill it wet. I don't know if it's done yet.
Oh, I definitely understand that. There's always so many deer around that, I mean, we have plenty of venison. There's turkey that are going up and down the hills.
Oh,
Hmm.
Could you set this on the table, by chance? Or on top of the box over there? I'm sorry. Be careful. Didn't turn out too bad. It's kind of cool, kind of creepy, kind of weird.
I like it. It has all of your best qualities.
Well, yours too.
What time do you work in the morning?
I work 2 to 7:30 tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Why?
Just trying to remember. Swamp Rat, how's it going? And I did my survival challenge earlier, so I was just doing a Q&A about it. It's been just a couple questions about it. Just kind of hanging out, doing a little celebratory carving. This is my chieftain staff. I haven't worked on it yet. It's kind of becoming what it wants to become. So I'm just... Hey Sapphire, how's it going? You both missed my survival challenge earlier. See how it is. Sorry, it had been delayed so many times. I'm surprised anybody showed up. But I refuse to delay it again. Almost did today. There's stuff going on. And I was like, no, I've pushed this back too many times. I need to do it and get this done. Still might do another one. It was actually kind of fun. I wish I had gone farther into the water, though. I was already up to my waist and a little bit higher, especially when I turned around, the current threw a wave into my chest. But that ice shelf was kind of freaky. What are you doing down there, punk?
Eating my dinner.
Oh.
I didn't want to eat on camera. Then I'm checking the fire.
Yeah, I'll do that in a little bit.
Okay.
Alrighty, Swamp Rat. Have a good night.
I'm here, Sapphire.
I don't know if you heard her, but Mrs. Native is downstairs.
I can hear her bubble up one.
Mrs. Modern.
Oh. Come on, creature.
Burn hole. Pull.
Oh, geez.
Hmm.
I have to go to bed. It's 12.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it here in a minute anyway.
Next.
Uh-huh. It's getting pretty windy here. How's it going, Clayton? You hit that enter button too early. This one's going to take a while. This still isn't sure what it wants to be. The goddamn bacon. I heard there was good bourbon being offered here, bottled in bond, no less. I have brandy.
It's mine.
I think I need a swig of that, though. So how's it going, bacon?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
You weren't here for my survival challenge earlier. I actually did it today. By the way. And it's funny, it's always right when you mention turning it off. It's when people show up.
It is kind of funny, but typically doesn't here.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of sunny.
Why?
It's
Hey, I'm happy people click on me at all. I don't want you to swipe left or right or up or down. Just press it hard. Oh, Jesus. Someone tried to kill him with a rock on the freeway. Now, is that something that fell off the back of a dump, or was that something somebody chucked at you? Because I know how Washington is. I've had both happen.
But I want to know.
There's a lot of times that there will be rocks skipping down the highway because the dump trucks out there don't secure their loads properly.
That's too
So they'll like worse than out here. Worse than anything I've seen.
I remember how it happened with like Oklahoma and Arkansas thing. So
Yeah, but Washington has its own breed of stupid. Because I've seen this. I've seen the stupid that from down south and stuff like that, and from up here. But Washington has a special kind of stupid, especially Western Washington. And earlier wasn't just a chat; it was actually me going into the creek. Wearing black, you really couldn't tell, but I was drenched. Oh, Jesus. He said he found it today and thought it was just kicked up on the freeway. It struck him in the shoulder and finally lodged He finally found it lodged in passenger 4. It was deliberate.
Oh, gee.
That's nuts, man. Like, I've had people in pickup trucks trying to run me off the road. I've had, when I'm on a bicycle, I've had people try to block us on the thruway when I was in the van. People throw shit at us on a pull-off. I wasn't even the one that honked. It was the person next to me that drove by, laid on their horn, and dude jumped out of his car and was coming at me for that shit. Oh, Jesus. He said 3 inches higher, he probably wouldn't have made it. And it's only because he was wearing glasses that he's not blind right now.
That's insane. That's crazy, right?
That's just crazy bacon. Glad you're alright, though. And yeah, that was all stuff that happened out in Washington. Out here, I don't really have that many issues with people. But for some reason out in Washington, there was always a problem. Then again, people in Washington kind of left me alone once they were able to see through the windshield and look on the dash and see that I had a knife sitting on the dash. What do you think so far?
It's looking cool.
Tried to emphasize the curve a little more.
Yeah, I like that.
And I got this notch. I think that's where I'm going to tie something, probably where I'm going to put the string on to lace the deer hide onto it.
That'd be cool.
It's my chieftain staff.
Yeah,
This one's
yeah.
going to be super fancy.
Yes, I know.
There's a creak and crackle in my neck. Just knives in general are illegal to carry in Seattle. because I carried knives in Seattle. I thought I looked that up. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure that open carry was pretty much legal. So many of mine can be concealed. And technically, as long as it has a pocket clip that is sitting on the outside, it's technically not concealed. It's just holstered. But I think I'm going to call it here. Appreciate everybody hanging out, at least in the next couple of minutes. I need a code word for this one. Just to throw everybody off. Cranberry. Yeah, that's my code word for this live for my replay champions. Mess with everybody and just put the word cranberry in the comments. Just cranberry. And we'll be like, what the hell are they talking about cranberries? There's no Arby's in the wild. I've never been to an Arby's. So for me, there's no Arby's anywhere. But yeah, today was fun. I hope you watched the replay. Let me know what you think. I definitely wish I had a better angle for the camera to actually see me go into the water. It was a little bit too far away. But right in the middle of the field of view, I had it almost centered perfectly. You can see me walk into the creek. But on my phone, it just looked so tiny that it probably would be really hard to see. But if you're like Tasha, yeah, throw me up on the TV screen. You definitely see it, I'm sure. You might even be able to see where I got pinned for a second, where I couldn't move. That sort of sucked. Just a little bit. But, side of my leg feels bruised from it. I mean, a chunk of ice was like this. So it was like 3 or 4 bags of ice just slamming into my leg. Yeah. But thank you everybody for hanging out. And kind of wish someone had popped up on panel or someone wanted to hang out. Maybe I got a few more questions, but I'm happy for the interaction I got and the questions people asked me along the way. There's a few. Mostly, how did I almost die? But it's mostly an expression, half a joke, but also at the same time, yeah, I almost freaking died today. But did it for the tube. The wife is giving me an angry, evil look. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Remember, until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.